Care needs, stop by Four Corners Lube at 1101 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
There's nothing like the view from the cheap seats.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. You can watch us on the web. We stream live on YouTube, or you can listen to us on the go. Download that Mixlr app and listen to us anywhere in the world. You can also follow us on all the social media networks, Facebook, Twitter. That's about it.
Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah.
and then that's it. Doesn't that song make you kind of want to dance? The Cheap Seats song, just Cheap Seats. You guys kind of get up for it or not? Am I the only one? How about some of you fans out there? Does it cheer you up, put a smile on your face when you hear the Cheap Seat song coming on?
You know what cheers us up?
Yeah.
Where's
That's
Joe
music.
Ryan's song?
That music. That's a funny song.
Do you know what cheers our listeners up?
10 o'clock?
When,
Yeah.
when we stop talking.
They're real cheery when Jim starts that music. It's over.
You know what might cheer them up today, though? Some real sports talk. Making its debut
Yeah.
on WLCN 96.3
Making its debut. Hold on.
FM. Illini Guys Sports Spectacular show debuts today. The Illini Guys Sports Spectacular show consists of Mike Cagley and Brad Sturdy, and they talk nothing but sports. And it's going to be a 2-hour show following ours.
No kidding?
Yeah, I think
2 hours?
Is it 2 hours? 2 hours of sports talk. And we will bring it to you here on WLCN 96.3 following the Cheap Seats. So 3 hours of, I say 2 hours of sports talk.
Neil Eastman.
1 hour of shenanigans.
What more could they possibly have to talk about that we would not have already talked about on the show before that?
Well, tune in.
They're at such a disadvantage.
Learn a thing or two. Yeah.
We could talk about next on this following Saturday show. We could talk about what they talked about the past Saturday and look smart.
Well, I don't think it's live. It's recorded Thursday night, so.
Oh, well, that's easier. Recorded.
Yeah, so maybe we have a little bit of an advantage.
Oh, yes, we do.
Because we could listen to it and then act like we didn't listen to it and make people think we're smart.
And we're live.
And we're live. We are live.
Like that night crawler when you put it on your hook and you throw it first time out in the water.
It's live.
It's live. And you're hoping it.
And then after about 15 minutes, it's dead.
And you just keep letting it sit there on that bobber.
Yeah.
Because you're reaching that cooler for another beer. You know what I'm saying, Jake?
So wrong.
It's so wrong.
So wrong.
Yeah. We are at Four Corners Lube today. Scott Kirby, Joe Ryan, Jake Johnston, Lloyd Kirby, Jim Ash with you this morning here this cloudy Saturday morning. The bays are full here at Four Corners, but if you need an oil change, come on and see them. It's 10-minute oil change. Phone them 217-735-2761.
And the
Four
flies
Corners Lube.
And the flies are out, too.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody didn't know.
Yep.
Wow. And they're biting. So what's that mean? You're a weather guy.
Rain. Just because that's what you told me earlier.
And these light skies. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Little Meet the Railers last night.
All right.
Mr. Jake Johnston was present. He's got a nephew, a freshman.
I had 2 Johnstons on the field
And
last
then
night.
your daughter is a dancer.
Yep.
First year doing that.
Absolutely. Made the team this year and been trying for it for a couple years, being in dance studio and whatnot. And
You have to
worked
try
hard.
out. You
have to try out.
Just don't make it.
They actually cut some kids on that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to her.
Yep. And my nephew Tate wearing my daughter's 21 jersey. I thought that was interesting.
Your daughter played football?
She played softball. We're number 21, and he picked up her number, and somehow the Johnston's 21 is working through the high school.
Sammy Sosa fans.
Now, who in the family was a dancer? Is that you?
I think Jake probably teaches her how to spin and twirl.
I'm not a popping and locking guy,
but he's more fluent. He's very elegant.
And that brings back up.
He's more ballet.
Shabadoo.
Shabadoo.
Well, she's not going to learn.
Don't you have a thing that says Shabadoo?
Well, he's got a million of them.
Boy.
Shabadabadoo!
There we go.
That's pretty fun.
Perfect.
So, Jake, you'll be at a lot of the games this year.
I hope to be, yes.
Railers win last night?
They did. They pulled off a big victory, long drive, a couple good receptions. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a good time of year. Football starting up. We got high school football starting up, obviously. NFL preseason kicked off last week. Our Bears look pretty good.
I like that QB.
Justin Fields looked pretty good. Now, you got to take into consideration he was playing against some second and third team players, but I tell you what.
He'll have some growing pains, but you know what? He could be the best thing Chicago's had since Michael Jordan.
Well, it's not too hard to do.
Well, I mean, the Bears have needed a quarterback, and I don't know. He's good. I think
he is
he
good.
seems to be a quarterback.
Very athletic.
Real good.
So Bears back in action today at noon against the Buffalo Bills. So I think Mr. Fields is going to get a little first-team rep today.
Really?
And see how he does, how he responds after people. I mean, preseason, do you really game plan for the quarterback? I feel as the seasons go on, there's more game planning. You know what he can and can't do. You take it for what it's worth. Week 1, he looked fantastic, but people are gonna pick up on things that he can and can't do and start game planning for him.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. You never know. A quarterback doesn't normally get to come into the NFL and make an impact right away and take you to playoffs, but
playoffs.
He's got a lot of skills.
Well, I mean, and he's not even projected to be the starting quarterback. Andy Dalton, they're saying he's their number 1 QB. But so if Fields performs like he performed Week 1, the next 2 preseason games, it's kind of hard to keep him out of that starting lineup.
I'd still say you'd have to set him Week 1.
Well, and you want that, as a coaching staff, they probably want that spark. Let's start Dalton. Let's let him play 2 or 3 games, and things aren't going right.
Watch him throw 3 to 6 interceptions, somewhere in that range.
In his day, man, I like Dalton.
Get the boo birds out, and then ramp the fans back up with a
home game, and you bring him in.
Bring him in. Yep.
Now Dalton, no spring chicken. He's been in the league for a little while, and he's prone to injury. He's been injured, the past few seasons with Dallas last year. I know he missed a few games.
Does he like chicken? Fried chicken?
I'm sure he does.
Okay.
I mean, who doesn't?
Boy.
There's people.
I was in Missouri. I had some fried chicken. It was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
Love fried chicken.
Fried chicken, could eat it every day.
Well, I wish we had a Popeyes.
Man, Popeyes is delicious.
Oh, I love Popeyes.
Yeah, it's good. Is there one where you go every day?
What's that one in Decatur that's good?
Oh, they shut it down.
They did.
Oh, yeah. The health department shut them down completely.
Oh, that's scary.
I miss it. But now I just sit in the office, so I don't get to travel around. But how did we get from... Well, we just
brought up Popeyes.
I don't even know
he
what
brought
we're
up
talking
chicken.
about. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
That's why we have all the fans we do, because they're entertained by our cyber jumping.
Our stupidity that makes them feel smart.
It should make everyone that's listening feel smarter.
Yeah,
so you're thinking
that's why we're here.
You're thinking he's going to be starting first week?
No.
That's not. No, the Bears shouldn't do that.
I don't think they will. I think they're gonna let Dalton go out there, have some issues.
Rams, I think, on a Sunday night.
Yeah, they're getting buried.
That's 3 or 6 interceptions somewhere in that realm. I mean,
the Rams will get after him, after Dalton, and
he may be injured after that.
But the thing is, Fields is mobile. Dalton not so much. So
true.
I know the Bears' offensive line is very questionable. So you want a mobile quarterback that can get out of the pocket and make things happen. Keep those defensive ends,
Mitch got out of the pocket, didn't he?
A little bit, yeah. But Mitch, I don't know.
Where is he now? Because he's
at Buffalo.
Yeah,
we're probably going to see some Mitch Trubisky today.
Yeah.
So that'd be fun. I think it's at Soldier Field, isn't it? Yeah. So we might see a little.
Mitch is back.
Mitch is back in Soldier Field. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they don't play him. I don't know. But
they get Grody on here and talk about it.
Yeah, we need to get Grody. He's probably pretty busy right now, though. He's probably at the stadium on the sideline getting ready for his day.
I know one thing. He really didn't know what's her name, because he never got back.
Never did send us a picture.
Can't even think of her name.
I think
What's
Grody.
her name?
Erin
Andrews. Yeah, he buffaloed us on that. He doesn't really know her.
What's that mean?
I don't know. They said don't take any wooden or buffalo nickels, right?
I don't know.
I'm playing Buffalo this week.
Yeah. Well, you know, good thinking. That's why I said it.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting Buffalo.
Segue.
Buffalo will beat the Bears today.
Think so?
Buffalo's good.
Yeah, they are good. Josh Allen just signed a huge contract. Yeah, Buffalo's good. You know, made the playoffs last year. So we'll see how the Bears, you know, how they respond, you know, to playing Buffalo today. And, you know, we'll be watching. You going to be watching, Joe?
No, I don't watch much preseason.
No.
Really? No.
He can't bet on preseason too easy.
I think you can bet on preseason.
I'm sure you can, but
Yeah, it's just.
I don't know that it's very smart.
for Joe, he's a seasoned.
He's a
Seasoned veteran.
He's a seasoned guy.
Caesars always calls me. They want to know lines and this and that. So
Yeah.
Danny Sheridan. Remember Danny Sheridan, how popular he was? You guys don't even know who that is.
No.
Wow. Let's see if there's a caller out there that knows who Danny Sheridan is give us a call. You could win a prize. I don't know what it is, but Jim has something. How about a pizza?
How about
you just
a
call in
pizza?
and get us and tell us about Danny Sheridan. So that these guys that are on a sports show will know who he is. Huh? What is our number?
I have no idea. It changes all the
Go
time.
ahead. 871 4930 871-4930, and it changes weekly. We're trying to cut down on a lot of the calls, the volume of calls we get.
Sometimes changes mid-show.
Yeah. Just never know.
Jim's like, who are all these people?
During the show.
Disconnect.
You guys keeping up on baseball at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't think so. No. I don't think any of us are.
Are you?
No. I couldn't even name 3 people on the team right now on the Cubs.
No, you can't.
No. But Wilson Contreras.
You know, has that helped the Cubs? Now I don't
Derek
have
Lee
any
still
idea.
on the Cubs?
He might
Derek
be.
Lee.
They might have picked him up.
Or has it helped the Cubs to do all that they did?
Has it helped
I don't have
them?
any idea. I don't. I haven't
Well,
looked.
I mean, don't want to say it's
How high a
helped them.
draft pick do you want them to get?
Yeah.
Well, you think? I mean, they're just going to rebuild here, and 3 years they're good. 2 years they're
Well,
good.
if you ask all the Cub fans, they're going to sign all the guys they just traded away.
See, I heard that rumor too. That was
They're
my next
going to
question.
trade them all. They're going to sign them all.
They ain't going to sign them all.
No, they're signing them all.
They might sign 1 or 2.
The Ricketts are rich.
They got money.
They got money. They're loaded. They said there's a furniture store somewhere in that family.
Yeah. That's
Dying.
going to put a bid on the
They got
Cubs. A furniture store in Central Illinois said that they
Somewhere.
trying to buy the Cubs.
I'll call Barry Seidman, see what he's doing.
And
But
it said it starts with a J and ends with an E. That's all they tell us.
Some fans going by.
Yeah.
Look at that honk. We don't want to cause any traffic problems like they have over at McDonald's today.
People are hungry.
That food's got to be delicious.
It must be.
they love
I wouldn't
it.
pull in that line to wait for that mess for, I don't know what they're serving. But,
What would you do?
I'm going right by that place. Look at that
Where would
line.
you go?
I'm starved.
Oh,
Where would you go?
I don't
You'd
know.
get in that? Would you pull up in there and wait?
Heck no.
You got some good ones around town, though. You got you could go down to Mama's Arcade.
Yeah.
You could maybe Emo.
They don't have that drive-through. The
That
drive-thru's easy.
Not for breakfast.
Boy, Culver's is delicious, though.
Yeah.
A lot
You know
of
what
good places to eat, but
Popeyes is delicious.
that Popeyes.
Why are
we
hung
going
up
back to
on
Popeyes?
Have you had the Popeye
Chicken,
sandwich?
chicken,
It's like
chicken.
that thick. That chicken sandwich.
Yeah. You know, people are all,
That's Louisiana style.
Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A is the best. Well, I think Chick-fil-A's overrated.
Overrated.
And silence.
Oh,
Yeah.
My guy, Shabadoo.
yeah.
You're a Chick-fil-A guy?
I do like Chick-fil-A, and I will tell you this.
Nah.
During this pandemic, I've learned one thing. If you want organization in your drive-thru,
And you do.
You need to learn something from Chick-fil-A.
And you know who else does it too?
It was the most unbelievable. I don't care how far out you could be. You could literally be 3 blocks down the road. You will be through that line in 10 minutes or less.
Like Aldi's.
Unbelievable.
No.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Aldi's the same way.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Now, you know,
It was impressive. They had people standing out there under tents, scanning people's orders, move them up, taking people's money, move them up. Already got the food ready, handing it to you. I was like, what in the world? This thing is like a well-oiled machine. Just unbelievable.
Well-oiled machine. That's Joe's saying.
Schneider Masonry out there getting something done. Look at those guys up early working.
Working on a Saturday. Well, we're working on a Saturday. What are you talking about?
Well, I guess that's true.
Joe, you said you were up at 5 a.m. swimming and
it's
putting in the work.
dumping in Fiji water in the pool.
This is great weather right now. You got a pool.
now.
It's going to get hot next week, too.
Is it?
Hot. 90s. That's hot.
Yeah.
Good day work outside.
Who's doing that?
Yeah.
None of us.
Who in the world are you having do that
None
for you?
of us.
Jim, or he's, Jim Ash will do it. You need a new pool boy.
Pulling peaches. Peaches is time to. Did you miss peaches this year? Pears. When are pears pulled?
September sometime.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's coming up.
Are you excited for that? No. His wrist starts hurting about August 28th.
You want some help? Because we'll send somebody out there to help you.
Yeah.
I'd say
I've got a picker.
maybe the new employees help.
Do you have a picker for that, Jim?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Lloyd?
Yeah, it's called Lloyd Kirby.
Lloyd and
The new guy. Yeah.
Lloyd is the new guy.
Lloyd, the pear picker.
stand on this ladder. Hold on, let me get the video out.
Take
A little bit farther.
Take care of some business.
What does one do with all them pears? Do you can them?
He sells them to an orchard.
Do you make honey out of them?
Make wine.
Huh?
They sit there and rot in his garage.
Maybe it's like flies like we have
Maybe.
today.
You should make some pear-flavored honey.
You should
Yeah.
bring him in, and we'll give him away as a prize. during
Jim's
the
a
show.
big honey guy.
He loves honey. He loves that liquid honey.
Liquid honey that you put in the fridge.
It gives you a little kick.
That might have been one of the best ones.
That was the best text ever.
Yeah, because we'd all forgotten about it.
Yeah. Out of the blue. Honey, my bleep.
You can say donkey on the air.
Yeah, good times, good times. Boy, I got nothing else.
Send us to
And
a commercial.
that's a show.
Send us to a commercial. And I'm sure the listeners will stay with us because we have a big program coming up at 9:30. Tell them
We
again.
do. The Illini guys coming on air. Mike Cagley and Brad Sturdy out of Champaign, I assume. They have a 2-hour podcast, show, something, but it will be aired
Something above our
after
level.
our show on Saturdays from 10 to 12. They're going to join us at 9:30. We're going to talk sports. We're going to talk Illini football kicks off next week against Nebraska. Illini basketball, things happening over there. Pretty excited about that. So maybe they have some inside news that we don't know about, and we'll see how they feel about the upcoming season. Last football season, the Illini didn't start on time. The Big Ten kind of pushed it back, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Didn't get a full season in this year. Hopefully the stands are open. Hopefully people are going to be filling them. Illini football taking on Nebraska next week, and Nebraska's coach, Scott Frost, in a little bit of heat. Tell us a little bit about that, Joe.
No idea, but I liked it when he played. Scotty Frost.
Some, I don't know if there's
Quarterback in Nebraska.
Yeah. I don't know if it's recruiting violations or what.
Oh, they're all doing it.
They're under a little investigation. So that could be a little over Nebraska's, thinking. Maybe
something
Illinois
hanging.
can pull out a win.
A little something
Hanging over, a little bit of low fruit.
Little cloud.
Some pears.
Some cloud coverage.
Some
Pears.
So, anything going on around the community today? I know last week we were at the junior high for their grand opening of the new field. Beautiful field, man.
That's pretty cool.
Is that nice or what?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's and when it's not even completed yet. So did a great job on that. And
Looked like they were finishing up the.
you walking by again, were you?
Well, I live literally a half block away from there, so Right by almost
He
every
may
day,
have
maybe.
been jogging or power walking.
It was a power walk, I'd say.
A little power walk.
That's an Olympic sport.
Did you have wrist weights on and just really
I was getting
Spandex, headband, wrist weights,
It was an American flag headband.
fanny pack.
little jakes across his,
Yeah, that's exactly
his
right.
posterior area?
Yeah, so
Brought to
Yeah,
you by
it
Jakes.
looked like they had the bullpen set up and the batting cage set up, so looks good, man.
and it looked like maybe the high school superintendent was talking to the guy that designed all this and does it all, and so maybe something in the works for the high school, maybe football, softball,
Maybe
baseball.
softball.
We'll see, but it's low maintenance. He said those fields typically last now 15 years or so. I mean, the color.
Yep. I was gonna say the fields in Jacksonville still look really good,
and that
one of them
they've had those forever.
patching. Yeah, one of them had to have a little patching done this last year, but they look really good.
Yeah,
over
and
there.
it's like I said, low maintenance.
Now,
what do you vacuum those things?
Am I right? He said they were not doing the outfield, right?
Right, the outfield maybe in the future, but right now with budgets and money and stuff like that, I would assume the outfield would eat up a lot of that because
a lot of square footage,
a lot of ground to cover, but
a lot of square footage.
Yeah, so
it looks phenomenal.
It does.
I saw the kids practicing out there this morning, getting ready for a game. It looked like softball this morning, so that's awesome. Seeing a couple baseball games over there. I mean, the kids are loving it, and I'm hearing good things. So
that's good.
And it's open to the public, so I say that we have some type of wiffle ball tournament there, us.
Us?
You know what I mean?
All right. I know what you mean.
And we're running bases.
No.
Oh, whatever.
There will be injuries. And that's
Well, we didn't say how many innings we were playing.
Oh. Work comp.
Are we putting up a fence?
Well, no, just hit it in the outfield. Somebody go get it.
If you hit it by the pitcher, it's a first.
We could
it's a
bat
base
from
hit.
second base or bat from pitcher's mound.
Well, what the fun would that be?
No, it wouldn't be. So we're running bases.
No, all right, we'll run bases. Lloyd's pitching.
Lloyd is known for pitching.
We'll get a Harley.
Are you? Why
No.
wouldn't you? You should.
I'll tell you what. You ride a Harley, you look cool.
I think it
Listen to
depends
that.
on who you are.
All right, well, let's take a commercial break because this show's going nowhere. We're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we're going to have the Illini guys, Mike Cagley and Brad Sturdy, on with us, so stay tuned. You're in the cheap seats on WLCN 96.3 FM.
The inventory reduction sale is in full swing at Jake's Furnishings in Lincoln, and you'll save for every room in your home. Top quality furniture for every room in your house will create a stunning new look while saving you hundreds of dollars. Choose from top quality Ashley brand sofas, including recliners, plush sectionals, complete dining room sets, and handsome bedroom outfits fit for a king. And what better than the perfect mattress than Bemco for the best night's sleep. At Jake's Furnishings, all Bemco mattresses are on sale now, including plush, luxury firm, and pillow top models. But hurry into Jake's now, as this inventory reduction sale won't last long. For more details, stop by the Jake's Furnishing Showroom, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 735-1212 and become a fan on Facebook. Jake's Furnishings. Make it your own.
This is attorney Jim Grimaldi. Have you been arrested for DUI? A DUI is a serious offense with potentially severe consequences, which may include jail time, high fines, lengthy periods of probation, even suspension or revocation of your driver's license. The laws regarding DUI are very complex and continually changing every day. You need an attorney with knowledge and experience in handling DUI cases, whether or not this is your first offense. I have vast experience in the area of DUI law. As a former chief DUI prosecutor for Sangamon County, I prosecuted thousands of DUIs and was exposed to every possible defense strategy. Call me and let me put my experience to work for you.
Call Grimaldi Law Office now at 217-651-8089. That's 217-651-8089, or visit GrimaldiLawOffice.com.
Come join the Growl family. It's Growl right now.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau from Grau Chevrolet Buick Cadillac in Lincoln. When it comes time for automotive service on your car or truck, don't you think your automotive investment is worth taking it to the people who have been doing automotive service for the longest? At Grau Chevrolet Buick Cadillac, we've always been proud to have one of the best service departments you'll find. From the familiar face that greets you when you come in, to the technicians and service personnel with more than 280 years combined service, we have the tools, the training, and the technology to make your car run like a top. When it's time for automotive service, call the ones you know will get it done right the first time. That's at Grau Chevrolet Buick Cadillac. Call us at 217-735-4444. Visit us on the internet at www.growing.com or stop by and see us the old-fashioned way on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Come join the Grau family. It's Grau right now.
Check out the full line of Grasshopper lawn equipment along with great specials on all mowers and trimmers at Four Corners Lube. Trusted professionals. Get into Four Corners Lube located at 1101 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln now for the best service possible. Open Monday through Saturday. Phone 217-735-2761. Four Corners Lube, home of the full service in and out oil change.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Head Start is now enrolling. Give your child the educational start they need. Free first-class early childhood programming with positive educational experiences for children under the age of 5. Nutritious meals and transportation is provided. Let us give them a head start. Contact us at 217-732-2159 or visit us on the web at capsule.info. Eligibility requirements do apply.
Now hiring. Due to increased census, St. Clair's Rehab and Senior Care in Lincoln is adding staff. Now hiring LPNs, RNs, and CNAs. 8-hour and 12-hour shifts plus weekend package are available. If you're looking for an exciting career opportunity where you'll have a chance to make a difference in the lives of others, then this is the perfect fit for you. Apply online at heritageofcare.com/employment.
Would you like to get out and enjoy life without pain and without medication or surgery? At Schneider Chiropractic, we have helped countless people achieve this goal. I'm Dr. Alyssa Schneider with Schneider Chiropractic, located at 523 North Elm Street in Lincoln. I invite you to try chiropractic first in order to build a healthier you. At Schneider Chiropractic, you're not a number, and we don't operate an assembly line process. We take the time to get to know you, your specific needs, and formulate a treatment plan that'll lead to a healthier life. Using the latest techniques in chiropractic, sports injury, and pain management, Schneider Chiropractic will get you back on track so you can enjoy life without pain. Please schedule your private consultation by phoning my office manager, Tammy Kirby, at 217-732-2140. We look forward to getting you back on track.
Hi, this is Mike Cagley of the Illini Guys Sports Spectacular, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Jake, Joe, Lloyd, Jim, and Shabadoo on 96.3 WLC.
That's your group right here.
Listen to that crowd.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. We are at Four Corners Lube today. Need that oil change? Get on to Four Corners Lube. Give them a call, 217-735-2761. On the line with us now is the Illini Guys Sports Spectacular Show, Mike Cagley and Brad Sturdy. Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
And I guess welcome to the WLCN family, and finally some sports talk on WLCN that people can listen to.
We're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, we just get you warmed up. Pretty excited about you guys on our airwaves from 10 to 12. How did this all go about? How did you guys reach out to WLCN?
Well, Brad can take that story because he had the relationship that started. I guess I'll kind of start it a little bit, but I had a conversation with Coach Alexander.
Yeah.
And he was, I was telling him that we were going to start this radio show, and he goes, well, you have to get a show, you have to get the station in Lincoln. And I'm like, well, certainly we have to. And then he texted either his dad or his brother, I'm not certain who.
That was me.
Got me.
His brother-in-law, and I didn't know why he's sending me this text. I'm thinking, well, maybe he's going to get me some courtside passes or something for the game, and now I know why.
Life is a disappointment.
Yeah.
One after the other on this show.
Well, then we'll fit right in. The neat thing is he gave me all the information, and of course the reason that I was able to have such a good conversation with Coach is because Brad and Coach Alexander have a long relationship, and then I'll kind of toss it over to Brad who can talk about Coach Alexander and some of the discussions that they have and what he's done to build that relationship.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jeff has obviously been a part of the Illinois program, and of course he's been, kind of that Alexander name's a fixture in Illinois basketball for many, many, many years. So, since Jeff now is he's got the assistant coaching job full time, where he's out on the road recruiting. So, he's obviously, I got to spend a lot of time with him, in Atlanta this summer as well, and we got to watch Kofi Coburn watch basketball games. So, because that was like the big off-season news for Illinois basketball.
Right. Yeah, that was you're right. That was big news. Was Kofi returning, and thankfully he did. But his options are still out there. I think he obviously wanted to go to the NBA, but his stock right now is just not high enough where he's got some things to work on. So luckily he came back to Illinois for another year, and probably going to concentrate and work pretty hard, and probably be his last season in the orange and blue.
Yeah, I think he's got some things maybe he needs to work on. With jump shot, passing out of double teams, things like that. But you never know. I mean, with this name, image, likeness, you just never know how much guys are going to make. And if you make a lot of money, hey, why not stay another year?
Right, and that's the thing now. This is a new thing for college sports where they can make money. I don't think there's a cap, or I don't know the details of the rules, but these college players now can throw their name out there for sponsors and make money off of what they do. And to me, I think that's just going to turn into a big fiasco. I mean, what school am I going to make more money at? And that's where they're going to go. And you can't blame the kids, but it's uncharted waters, and it's just going to be really interesting over the next couple of years how this pans out.
Yeah, Coach Saban showed why he's a national championship coach, because he couched a quote that got put across the country more as, he kind of said it as if he was concerned, but, he was ruining the day. It sounded like that a guy who's never even been on the field for Alabama is going to make $1 million.
Yeah.
And of course, recruits all across the country are like, so I don't even have to play and I can make $1 million. And so it just goes to show these college coaches are, the really good ones are trying to find an edge any way they can to attract talent.
Yeah, I would think that
locations are going to mean a lot too. I mean, you're looking at, you look at Florida and you look at UCLA and USC, place like that. That's going to be more attractive to some kids.
Right, your big market, your big. I guess your big conferences and the Big Five, I guess you would say, is where you'd want to be. But tell us a little bit about what we can expect from the Illini Guys Sports Spectacular Show.
Well, we're going to do a lot of the same things that you guys do. We're first off, we're hardcore sports guys.
You're going to want to do more than that.
Do not follow our lead.
I was going to say, don't live by our standard. It's not
You
good.
couldn't follow.
I was warned that it could be a challenge.
You couldn't follow a better show than ours to make yourselves look good.
Well, Jim told me that we would look spectacular.
Yeah, we're the opening band with small speakers and no mics on, so you're going to be okay.
Well, but we're going to talk a lot of Illini sports, and we're going to have great guests. That's the advantage of having Brad, who can get just about anybody to come on and talk with us. We got Coach B on in the first show, and he gets, he gives us some stuff that he hasn't told anybody else. So it's not just, him kind of going through his typical speech. He actually goes into some of the things he's trying to do to rebuild the culture. But we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be fast paced, and we're going to have a lot of great guests on.
Well, I wish we had a guest getter.
Dude, it's Lloyd.
Lloyd's our guest getter.
That's why I get 38 cents for name, image, likeness. I was able to get 38 cents because of my guest getting ability. So
we give Brad a postage stamp. And that's our name, image, likeness. We didn't tell him that it was going to be a past president or something like that. But we I think we've got an opportunity here to have some fun. And obviously, we are going to, we've got Larry has a fantastic background. He's the other Illini guy involved in this. He's got 30 years of television, both in front of the mic and producing behind the camera, and he's going to help us pace it. And then we've got the rest of our Illini guys, folks, which is Matt Stevens, who covers football for us, Kedrick Prince, who covers recruiting, and we even have Brandon Wildman on, another Brad Sturdy find, and this guy hosts our Eye on the Lines show, which talks about if you're going to have some fun with some wagering, these are things that might be fun bets to place.
Danny Sheridan.
There we go. Joe?
There we go, Danny Sheridan. No one called in and won that. Do you know who Danny Sheridan is?
We're old enough to know who that is.
Yeah.
Brandon, not so much.
Yeah, I don't know who it is either, Brandon. So
it's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about. I don't know this, and maybe these guys do. Maybe these goofballs that I work with here know it, but I saw where Oregon just put in place that you'll have to have the 3-day vaccination, or you're going to have to show a card, and everybody's wearing a mask at the place. Is that what Illinois football is doing? We follow the same rules?
As of now, I have not seen a vaccination status. I know we're supposed to be vaccinated as media members, and we're probably going to have to, indoors in the media rooms, we'll have to wear masks, I'm sure, with the new guidance and things. But so far, I haven't seen anything with that. But, of course, we're still a week away, so things can certainly change in a week.
They just announced it yesterday. I saw it. So I thought probably everybody's going to start following suit or something. They may not even be the first D1 school that's done it, but that kind of takes away from your enjoyment at an outdoor event.
It does, but it's
better than not going.
At least we get to go this year.
Right, and let's talk about that. We got football season for the Fighting Illini kicking off next Saturday against Nebraska. I asked my partner Joe here. He didn't know the answer. What's going on with the Nebraska football program and Scott Frost right now? They're under a little bit of heat.
Yeah, well, I think Coach Frost under some, obviously there's a lot of pressure to win at Nebraska, and he hasn't won yet, and then he's in trouble for maybe violating some rules during the COVID lockdowns and having some illegal practices and things like that. So definitely got interesting to follow, because I almost to me, from the outside looking in, and I'm going to have actually on next week's our preview show next week, we'll have some talk about with a Nebraska insider. But from the outside looking in, it appears to me that they're kind of looking for things. Maybe he's not won enough games, and so we're looking for things that maybe are violations that we can maybe get out of our large millions of dollar contract that we have to pay him.
Yeah.
So,
well, give the Illini football fans something to be excited about this year for Illinois football. What can they expect? We got a new coach coming in. He's been in the Big Ten before with Wisconsin, had a lot of success up there, went different ways, was in the NFL for a little bit, now back in the Big Ten with the Fighting Illini. Tell us something that what we can expect from a team this year, that just a little uncertainty.
Well, I think Coach B wins. You know, he's won everywhere he's been. He's won in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer that, you know, good coaches win and bad coaches lose. And so I think that he's going to do a good job at recruiting. The state of Illinois has already done that for the future. But for this year, they're old. They have a lot of veterans. They have more super seniors than any team in the country. So if you've got veterans and, you know, it can overcome, maybe they've got a few talent deficiencies. Hopefully the fact that they have veterans, new coaching staff, and a really good coaching staff, they can get enough games maybe to get to a bowl game at the end of the year and show that progress.
Yeah, and I think they're also motivated. These super seniors are coming back to write a positive ending to their book at the University of Illinois, and they're getting a second chance to do that. And we all know that Coach B is a heck of a motivational coach. He's known for that. And these kids have some motivation. Now we'll see. They've got a good offensive line. They've got some talent in the backfield. That gives them a start, and then we'll see what the coaching staff can do. I think this team has probably the best coaching staff that I've seen at Illinois from a football standpoint since Makovic, and probably you got to go all the way back to Mike White. So there is some opportunity for growth, but it's the Big Ten, so there's no easy games.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It is the Big Ten. You know, when you got Ohio State and Wisconsin, Michigan State, you know, it goes on and on. It's a tough conference, and no easy weeks, and they got their work cut out for them, but. You know, what better guy put in that position than, like you guys said, Coach B, and he's had a lot of success, and hopefully he can carry it out here at Illinois as well.
Do we have that big bruising running back ready to carry that ball 20, 25 times a game for Illinois? Do we have that guy back there?
I think it's going to be more running back by committee. They had some guys, and they've had some guys who've battled injuries in the past, whether it's Epstein or whoever. And so I think you're going to see them run, more guys, by committee, kind of keep 10 to 15 carries, guys that can, stay fresh and then work out of the backfield. I think is going to be more of the common, more common for Illinois this year until they can maybe get that guy. And I think, even though football in general, you watch the NFL, it's more like that, where they try and get them, less. They want to take less damage, throughout the course of a season. So I think you'll see a running back by committee type thing, and I think they'll be effective though because they have a great veteran offensive line. I think that's probably their biggest strength.
Now let's talk QB for a minute. So we've got our starter set, and he is the man.
Yes, well, he is. He is. Although, again, I think Brad talks about how winning coaches win, and I think like anybody else, Brandon Peters is the starter out there. But I think he's gonna have to produce. But certainly all indications are that he's clearly won the spot, and he's got out at wide receiver. We're going to see if Isaiah Williams can develop into a weapon. Certainly, he's the type of guy that Illinois would love to get the ball to in the open field and then let his natural skills shine out.
Absolutely. Fun stuff. Illinois football going to be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. And, Peters had a decent year last year. Didn't he? Was he hurt the last couple games?
he had some. I believe he got quarantined due to a close contact with COVID.
Okay.
And so he missed some time last year. So, you got to see some other guys out there. But obviously, hopefully that won't happen this year, and we can have a I think he's a 6-year senior quarterback, and you can't get much older than that.
Right.
I think by the 7th year they make you leave. So
just an odd year last year where I don't know if maybe they just weren't in rhythm, or just your I guess what you're used to was broken up. You didn't know if you're going to have a season, then you're going to have a season, but it's going to be later. So it's kind of hard to prepare, and with all the regulations and things like that. And so this year back on track a little bit, and a little bit of normalcy. So like you said, these super seniors are going to lead this team, and they've got the opportunity to make it for what it's worth and go out on a good note.
Yeah, it would be nice to see these guys, because it's just a good group of people, and it would be great to see them find a way to make it 6-6 to a bowl. And again, that's a very high, lofty goal. We'll know after the Nebraska game a little bit as to what we have with this Illini team. They're facing a pretty good Nebraska team, at least by Scott Frost standards. And if they can, give them a good game, then it tells us that, that 6-6 is a battle, but it's attainable. If they can beat them, maybe we actually have a pretty good shot at a bowl. And, if they struggle that first game, then maybe it's going to be a season that we look to win 3 or 4 games. But again, I don't think Coach B will let up, and I think he's really building the foundation for the future. And I think he's trying to win today, but I think he's also got an eye on, 2 years down the road as well.
Somebody has to lose to Ohio State in the Big Ten title game, so why not Illinois?
Yep.
Right. So, yeah, I like it. And
sick of Ohio State.
Yeah, that. No doubt. Jake, you want to participate today, or are you just hanging out?
Hey, I'm just hanging out, taking it in. I think it's going to be a great show for Lincoln, though. Tons of Illinois fans and Big Ten fans in this area that they after our show, they're definitely longing for some sports knowledge, and this is going to be the show to help bring it to this area.
Absolutely,
it's awesome.
Does that mean that Jim's trying to weed us out?
Possibly.
No, we got to hope that just a portion of our fan base sticks around and builds it. You know what I mean? Because
they're usually done at the 15-minute mark.
What's a portion of one?
Well, Jim promised me a lead-in of over 1 million people. That's how big this show is.
Jim promises a lot of things.
Jim's promised.
Is that the case?
And
his addition skills are pretty off.
And when you get the laugh and the kind of look away, he just
the look away. That's what you don't want. Is the look away.
Well, I didn't get him on a Zoom call, so that would be he was able to do. He was probably doing the look away the whole conversation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, he was. Yes. Yeah, we
hit him with a ratchet.
Yeah, we try to take our show remotely, like further places, but it never gets out of Logan County. So we'll work on that. Maybe we can head over to Champaign one Saturday morning and hook up with you guys.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Someone wireless.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, kind of jumping ahead, just because Lincoln is a basketball community, jumping ahead to Illinois basketball real quick. Boy, a lot of high expectations for the Fighting Illini this year, especially with the return of Coburn and just the young talent, the young shooters, the guards that Illinois has this year. And then you look beyond this year in their recruiting classes, things are really looking up for the Illini.
Yeah, no question. They've got this year, you look at their backcourt, they're able to bring back, Andre Corbello, Trent Frazier, and then they bring in Alfonso Plummer, who's probably one of the best shooters in the country. And then I think the two guys, we know DeMonte Williams and, Jake Grandison played last year, and obviously Kofi's the most dominant force in college basketball. But I think there are two guys to watch, and that's Austin Hutcherson, who missed a lot of time last year, missed the entire season last year with an injury, who's been great in summer workouts. If he can stay healthy and kind of get his feet under him, because he hasn't played basketball in 2 years, he's supremely talented. 6'6", 6'7" wing with 42-inch vertical, who's one of the best shooters on the team. And then Coleman Hawkins, who's a guy who, just to give you a little insight, all the guys went home for a couple weeks before they come back to school. Coleman stayed because he really wanted to work out in the weight room, because he can't get that same workout at home, and he didn't want to lose any of the gains he made over the summer. So he's 6'10", 6'11" kid with very skilled, who's going to really help in the front court. So those are two guys to watch for. But I think this team can win the Big Ten, and if you win the Big Ten, then you got a chance to go to a Final Four.
Absolutely. And
let's make a run at that Final Four. And we thought we were doing her last year.
Another player that I'm real curious to watch is Omar Payne, the transfer from Florida. He's got a lot of upside. Didn't produce a whole lot in Florida, but he's just got that size and that athletic talent where, he can give Kofi a break, or, if they're in there together, it's just a different looking style basketball for the Illini. So kind of curious on how they utilize him as well.
Well, obviously, the first thing, you probably have the best backup center in the Big Ten with Omar Payne. Yeah. And then you throw in the fact that he's got the ability to move laterally. You mentioned his athleticism and his length of 6'10". He can get out and guard some fours. So, let's say when Ohio State comes to town and you've got E.J. Liddell at the 4 for them, then Omar Payne's a great matchup for him to come in and, he can really do a good job defensively. He's a great shot blocker, too. And so that's going to be, I think he just provides a great deal of depth. And nothing against Georgie Bashanaishvili from last year, but I think Omar Payne's an upgrade over Georgie on the defensive side of the ball when he goes in the game for Kofi.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about matchups, and Kofi has a hard time defending the perimeter, where Omar can get out there, the long wingspan, and EJ Liddell, a great example where he can shoot the 3, and that you see a lot of that. You just didn't see that in the past, where you got 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", power forwards out shooting a 3, and you got to have people to defend that, and it's all about matchups.
Yep, goes back to that Brian Cook days, right?
Yeah,
Lincoln reference, right?
Absolutely.
Gonna throw that in there.
One of the problems Brad's going to have this year is playing time for everybody. You got some top talented freshmen coming in. Mr. Wisconsin, probably butcher his last name, Brandon Podziemski, whatever.
It's not like you to butcher somebody's name.
Yeah, right. I'm sure there'll be a clip on that. And then you got Goody coming in. So some freshmen that are, I don't know how, if they're going to see a lot of time, but, Brad's going to get them in there. And I guess it's a good problem to have, trying to find enough playing time for all these guys.
Leads to transfers.
Yeah, it's better to have too many good guys than not enough, for sure.
It's always funny how a season, once it starts playing in, how it kind of works itself out, too. It kind of did last year with the Illini, because you're wondering about some playing time last year for some of the guys. And it just kind of maybe a little bit of an injury thing, or maybe some hot, streaky shooting kind of worked its way out. So I feel like whenever you're dealing with that problem, it always seems to work its way out unexpectedly, I guess.
How good is?
Yeah, nobody's ever said we got too much talent on this team.
Right.
So I'm sure Coach Underwood and the staff will figure out a way to get the guys who can play, out on the court as much as possible. And then, the transfer portal makes it a little bit of a, crazy time as well.
Yeah. Can we expect that to stick around, that portal thing there? Or is that because that's just brutal? Nobody's held accountable,
Yeah, I think the genie's not getting back in the bottle there. No. I mean, I think it's here to stay, and every spring we're gonna wait and see who enters the transfer portal, and you hope it isn't your star players, and you hope you don't lose any, but I think it's pretty obvious. Now the other side of it is it gives you an opportunity every year to go out there and find a guy who can come in and make an impact for you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can look at it both ways, but it's just, to me, where it's just, I mean, you got a kid that signs, or, comes to your school and he's unhappy about something. and he's let off the hook. You know, I mean, I know these are young kids we're talking about and haven't matured yet, but yeah, I don't really like it. But that's just me.
And you know, we're going backwards here a little bit, but I'm not a fan of the players getting paid, and that's, I mean, everybody's got their own opinion of it, but I just don't know how the NCAA is going to control it, because if you have, I mean, let's just take, we got a guy sitting here that's, you know, very wealthy. He owns a furniture store. I mean, are they going to? Is Jake going to be able to offer a kid, hey, you know, if you come to Illinois, we're going to do this for you, you know, and that kid's going to go look around at other places and go, what can somebody else do for me? And then coming back to Jake, and go, hey, you know, I need another $500,000.
Are you asking if I can get my name on the back of some guy's jersey?
Well, I just don't know how they control it. My gosh, I think it's going to be a nightmare, but maybe not.
We already talked about this.
I know, but earlier. I thought these guys may have an idea on how it's going to be controlled by the NCAA.
Well, each school is going to have, Illinois is using Open Doors, I believe is the name of and so like businesses can go in and work through the university to get, work through this company to get kids to sponsor things. Obviously, the university's laying groundwork with businesses and things. We
lost you a minute.
Yeah,
a lot of it comes from social media too, like the number of followers they would have on like Instagram or whatever, or Twitter, and they can start getting, you know, endorsements through that and sell things on there. They do cameo appearances. You can have a basketball player come wish you happy birthday for $40 or something. So, you know, on video. So there's lots of crazy things that go on. I think the big thing will be those large endorsements, though. Like, you know, with Kofi Coburn's probably going to have some Chicago companies that are going to, you know, have him, you know, do some endorsements and things. I think the way they could have done this in the beginning was when they sell it, if they would have just when all this was going on, you know, a few years ago, they said, every time we sell one of your jerseys with your name on it, you're going to get X number of dollars. And then that would have alleviated a lot of kids they would have got money from those things, and it would have been much better than the kind of the Wild West that we've created now.
So has there been any talk about if you're going to get paid, then you know, scholarships are taken away, you'll pay for your education?
Well, that was on the original. If you made more, that was the original proposal, but they've changed that now, and that is not the case anymore. So yeah, you got a guy getting a scholarship to play there, and I guess that's part of the. You know, you might make $500,000 or $1 million, but hey, I got a $30,000 scholarship. So I mean, you know, it's kind of crazy when you think about it all.
Yeah. A smart guy like us wants to go to Illinois. Maybe pay $1 zillion.
Joe, maybe if they had it back in 1920 when you're in college, you would have tried harder.
I just didn't know this was going on.
Yeah.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
I've got some eligibility left.
It's different world, different times. Yeah.
You'd be one of them super seniors.
Super, all right.
Super senior.
By senior, we mean over 55.
I'd have to call a timeout so I could get off the bench and get to the floor.
Well, guys, thanks for taking some time to talk with us this morning. Our airwaves are going to have you on here in a few minutes again, so, you know, pretty excited about listening to that and having you guys on not on live, but on our station every Saturday from 10 to 12.
Perfect. We appreciate the opportunity.
Yep, absolutely. And obviously, we're gonna keep in touch with you down the road, and maybe Jim's looking at me right now. Maybe we'll
look away. Here it comes.
We may just have to do it on ourselves. We'll meet you down in Champaign, maybe some Saturday for a football game or something like that.
And I can always be talked into going to Gazzardo's.
So there we go. Yeah, if I get that company credit card from Jim, I'll treat.
We haven't seen Nick. He usually rides by, but
so
he's probably not up yet.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
And we'll talk to you.
All right, bye-bye.
That's Mike Cagley, Brad Sturdy with the Illini Guys Sports Spectacular Show. Debuts today on WLCN 96.3 FM. We are at Four Corners Lube. And we're about done, Jake. And I know you're getting. I got to open up the store.
You know what? I've got employees that showed up and got her knocked out.
You don't have to work today.
Oh, I do. I have to work today.
Yeah. Okay.
Teresa is not supposed to be working today. She's helping me out.
Oh, okay.
Need some extra sales.
Extra help
You
today.
got one of those fancy watches that's connected to your phone?
Yeah.
It does connect.
Everybody
Yeah,
does.
one too.
You don't?
No.
What?
My gosh.
Joe?
I'd go with the watch or the phone.
You still have one of those wind up where you got to actually
all I need to do is tell me what time it is.
Well, you know what? I just had a message.
Boy, these flies are about to...
Yeah, they're all over
the
us.
fair just finished up, so I think they're looking for a home.
Yeah. They found one.
Some family just messaged me about my niece coming on. We need to have her on the show soon. She's cheerleading for Ole Miss, doing some SEC football down there.
Well, she's probably not around. You're on the phone lines.
She'd be willing to call in.
Well, you know what? If I remember correctly, several weeks ago, you were supposed to bring her on.
Yeah, she was supposed to come on, and she big timed us.
Yeah,
that's why you were fired.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row, big timed. But she's a very busy young lady.
Well, good for her. Exciting time.
Very, very proud of her.
Down at Ole Miss.
Well,
we got
some really cool pictures
Nick
of her.
Broker. Isn't Nick Broker down at Ole Miss?
There's a few
left
kids
tackle
going
from
down there.
SHG.
I don't know. Is that where he is?
There's a few Central Illinois kids going down there.
Got his SHG shirt on.
It's a gift.
And you don't
nice.
know. Oh, my goodness. All right. We're done.
It's camo.
We are done. It's 10 o'clock. We got bigger things going on this on these airwaves or fiber optic cables or, whatever, however you listen to it. All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Cheap Seats. Thanks to Four Corners Lube today for having us. We'll see you next week.
Good day.